Welcome to Fishing for Bees. It's Wednesday, May 11th, Grand Rapids, Michigan. So anyways, I got a call from the homeowner a half hour ago that there was some activity, 2 or 3 bees going in and out. So I came over here and actually stood here and thought it was over, but then realized that they were in the box. And of course, when I got the camera, it stopped. Let me pause for a second. All right, so they were in there, all of them. None of them were exploring the outside. I'm up to about 5 here now that I can count. So anyways, early scouting activity. Back up a little bit more. It's very methodical. You can see them flying around the outside of the box, going into the box for long periods of time, but not darting in like they're trying to rob a bank or anything like that. They're very patient. Back up a little bit more because I don't know if you can see them under the box. Well, you can see them in front of the camera. This is what it's like. 5:10. It's been cloudy all day. Not all day, sorry. Cloudy in mid-80s for about the last 4 hours. Looking like it wants to rain, which has also been the case at this trap before. I actually moved in the rain one time, which I thought was odd. But we will hang out and see. Nothing you can do right now as far as intervention, get in there, make it more appealing. It's either appealing or it's not. Scenting it, you'll ruin it. You're either going to win or you're not. Maybe after you realize that you didn't win, you can change some things up, but I don't go in there right now. I just let it happen and keep my fingers crossed, have confidence in what you got. So anyways, we're up to about 6. And I have another trap in the area, so obviously it's trap 1. Trap 3's less than 2 miles away, so I'm actually curious what might be going on there. Depending on the location of a swarm, actually both boxes could be being voted on, so that's a new aspect this year. I've never done that before. All right, I'll let you know. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll make a trip over to trap 3. All right, so here I am again. Yeah, I went to trap 3. I can't help myself. Anyways, trap 3 is being scouted. Sorry, this one's a little further out. It's up on the tree stand and I don't feel like climbing up there, but trap 3 is being scouted. I would say much more actively. There is more bees, probably double, and they seem really, really excited. Much more excited than the other ones, and that's another thing you'll start to see. So at the other trap, when the homeowner said it was probably 2 or 3, and I went there and it was about 6 or 7, those 2 and 3 aren't there anymore, or if they did, they came back with the next wave. They went back, they reported on what they found, more got the message in the waggle dance, and off they went. I guess I can talk more about the waggle dance some other time, kind of assuming people know what it is, but look it up, Dr. Thomas Seeley, waggle dance. Watch these YouTube videos. They're absolutely fascinating. The guy's amazing. Learn from others. Never stop learning. Anyways, this one is winning. And like I said, could be the same scouts because they are within 1.5 miles of each other. And that would be dependent on whether the swarm cluster was between them. If it's on the south side of the other one, then it's not the same. And that's the direction the bees always came from for trap 1 was the south side. So hopefully it's 2 different swarms. Hopefully I'm transporting 2 swarms at once to the bee yard. That should be interesting because I don't have a truck. So they can ride in the cab with me. I'd be happy to do it. All right, I'm gonna go back to 1 after I hang out here a little bit. Maybe there'll be more. And I'll let you know. Thank you. I decided to climb up. thought this was kind of neat. It seems very deliberate, very methodical. They have a process they definitely go through. So back to the tree stump at Trap 3 from a couple videos ago, last video. Homeowner said yesterday it was crazy with activity, and today there is none. One I saw. So this leads me to believe that this was something that had to do with maybe not a good nectar flow being on. Something in here was beneficial to them to rob out, and they took opportunity to do that. But now we got a good pollen, good nectar. They don't need to go for this kind of stuff. These easy pickings, they can forage like they're meant to. So yeah, this has completely died off. I would say there's no active colony in here, but it was definitely something of interest in here for the last week. Okay, back to Trap 1. I am going to post these in order of my commute, so it's 6 o'clock right now. It's only about a 5-minute drive. Trap 1 is getting happy. Seems like some come in or some have been here for a while and they just get super excited. Hopefully they like what they're seeing. And then it'll calm down and it'll get more methodical. But again, if I didn't mention earlier, the bees that are here right now are probably not the bees that were here when I was here earlier, and definitely, probably not the bees that were here the first time, unless they keep returning. That I don't know of. I'm sure they do. But I would think you would need a rest, considering they can go up to 2 miles. I think 30 miles an hour, they say. Trap 1, remind you a little bit about it. Railroad tracks, river. Trap has caught before, location has caught before. Highway, airport. Not tremendously rural. Still a busy area of the suburbs of Grand Rapids. But people have some significant land, and there is some farmland. Mostly a bunch of nice houses on the river. But it's definitely picking up. Hopefully tomorrow will be a nice day to have off. This won't continue, and I would speculate that neither one of these swarms are moving in today. I think tomorrow's a strong possibility. I'll have to look at the weather. So at some point it'll just shut off and you'll be heartbroken. But if it's the time of day, don't be heartbroken. They just called it a day, that's all. This message will be passed on all night about this location. And if you're in the running, that first wave, a couple waves of scouts is going to be pretty intense. Wish I knew what time that would be. It's supposed to be, I think, still in the 60s tonight, so there's really no reason for them to have to warm up significantly tomorrow morning inside the colony. They should be able to get right at it. Some better footage. These traps are the ones to the south, along with 6 in my backyard. So 1, 3, and 6 are to the south. The rest are about 25 miles to the north. So I'm not surprised that these are getting interest first, although I haven't heard from the homeowners up there. Super exciting. I hope everybody else is having the same experience with their traps, because this is too much fun. Of course, now that I'm too close, they're checking out the top of the lid, checking out the back. They'll even fly up and down to the ground, distance from the ground. Again, all of these have 1 plastic foundation, heavily waxed, 1 drawn comb, and 3 starter strips. I do tend to feed if I catch, especially if it's going to be some days before I move them. I want as much drawn comb as possible. I want them to have them resources right above their heads. So all my traps do have a feed hole in the top for a quart jar feeder, just in case. So I'll be definitely making some syrup tonight. If I decide I want to feed, I want to have it with me. In my opinion, it helps lock them in. Late in the summer, I'm going to stop doing that, especially with those smaller cast-off swarms. I think I drove one away because the sugar syrup I put on top was being robbed. On top is not the best. If you could get it in the county with a frame feeder, that might be better, but that's just too much for them to take on. They are cast-off swarm, probably a virgin queen, moving in, and now they got to fight for their lives. I'm just not going to do that to them next time. I'm going to let it play out, see what happens. But early in the season, when the nectar flows on, I have no problem with feeding. I have so many starter strip frames in there that I need that comb. They need that comb, although they do have a drawn comb that she can immediately start laying in. All right. I am going to go back to 3. Shocking, I know. So here's my walk to trap 3. I'm not going to pan because I'm not sure my phone's picking that up well. It made me nauseous when I watched one of the videos. So I'll spare you that. But these just popped in the last day, just to see a dandelions all around me. And then trap 3's out there. Trap 3, 6:17 p.m., Wednesday, May 11th, Grand Rapids, Michigan. It's not as excited, but they're definitely still here scouting. Some are just hanging out at the entrance. So anyways, if you like these videos, if you could please like, subscribe, share, hit that bell. I'm trying to post these every day when they happen. I want to stay on it. Sometimes I don't like when I watch YouTube videos and they're 2 weeks later, so I'm going to do my best on that. This will be up tonight, so please, if you appreciate these, do me a favor, like, subscribe, share, and hit that bell. It really would help me out, and I really do appreciate it, and that way you won't miss anything. So anyways, trap 3, still good activity. Lazy activity, not as excited. I just wonder how many are in there. But again, I can't do any good. Cracking it open, rescenting, messing with it. What it is what it is. I leave it be. And definitely don't put any feed on there. All you're going to do is bring in all the neighbors, and it's going to be a feeding station. It's not going to be a swarm trap. If they're in there, and I know they're in there, I'll feed them. So back to trap 1. Again, I appreciate your time. Homeowner's going to come out and take a look at this a little later, so I'll have some eyes on it. So back at trap 1. Still happening. Still happy with it. Anyways, I have a Facebook group. We got 17,000 members worldwide. It's called Honeybee Swarm Catching. This channel is called Fishing for Bees, and I appreciate you watching it. The Facebook group, Fishing for Bees, is not mine, but you know what they say about copying. It's okay. So pretty good activity. It's getting later though, so I expect it to drop off. If you want an update tomorrow, or multiple updates, please like, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell. I'm going to stay on this for you. Post them the day of. If I can get good enough single, I'll post shorts at the sites. So thanks again. Appreciate you watching Fishing for Bees. Look us up at that Facebook group, Honeybee Swarm Catching. A lot of good content, a lot of good contributors. I don't claim to know it all, far from knowing it all. A lot of guys on there, and women as well, that have great information, great ideas on different styles of swarm traps, everything. Thank you to Dr. Thomas Seeley for your research. Really appreciate it. So with that, I'll sign off. Thank you.